a news show no one asked for. This week in Tucson Foodie.
Welcome to our first ever This Week in Tucson Foodie. I'm Feng-Feng, and yes, it's pronounced fun, like you're having fun twice. Did you notice we took down the paywall on our website? Here to usher in the new is the new owner of Tucson Foodie, also known in the comments section as Bearded Daddy, Shane.
Hi.
No one wants to read anymore, so we're doing a video series.
Excellent. Well, let's jump in, shall we? Sweet potato pie, fried chicken, cornbread, mac and cheese, and collard greens. Coming up, we celebrate Me and Miss Jones's Kitchen, a soul food pop-up by Chef Monica Jones.
And later, Shane pulls a George Costanza by doing the opposite of what a media company does. And for all our Gen Z viewers, George Costanza was a character from the popular primetime show Seinfeld.
Moving on, a lactose-intolerant man claims he has used every public bathroom in Tucson. But first, here are the top Tucson foodie stories.
If you survived last weekend's St. Patrick's Day celebrations of green glitter beer at Borderlands Brewing Company, the corned beef and cabbage at Monkey Bar, or any of the Guinness-filled gatherings around town, congratulations. You might have a liver as strong as a Leprechaun movie franchise. Our Instagram exploded last week when we shared the news that beloved FATBOY SANDOS food truck opened their first physical location inside the American Eats food hall. Now you can get Chef Rafael de la Cuesta's Japanese-inspired sandwiches like the classic Ibi Katsu and vegan favorites like the fruit and cream sando. They will also be offering a special breakfast menu on Saturdays and a monthly Japanese A5 Wagyu sando special.
Is it me, or is the American Eats food hall the Pedro Pascal of food halls? Because that place is hot.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
With new exciting restaurant openings, another chef, Chef Javier Castro of food truck COWPIG, literally flew his new chicken-focused concept called the COOP into the hen's nest at the South Fourth Food Hall. If you're feeling peckish, enjoy your favorite COWPIG chicken wings, tenders, and sandos. The new edition of fried chicken is a recipe that comes from Castro's grandma, so you know it's going to hit harder than a Drake tune. And for all you boomers out there, sandos is short for sandwiches, probably. And Drake is a singer.
Speaking of chicks, in honor of Women's History Month, we asked a few Tucsonans to name 3 of their favorite women in food who are not Martha Stewart, Rachel Ray, or Julia Child.
Helen, in honor of Women's History Month, can you name 3 women that are not Martha Stewart, Rachel Ray, or Julia Child?
I can. So Delia Smith, Prue Leith, and Mary Berry. Do you know the Great British Bake Off?
I do.
So Mary Berry and Prue Leith have both been the sort of female judges along with Paul Hollywood, so for the last several years. But their history, of course, is of being sort of leading in the field of cookery and food design, all the rest of it. So pretty important in the history of food.
I'm here with Sophia and Adrian.
Paula Dean, because I own one of her cooking utensils.
Chef Maria from Boca.
What's her name? Pad. She comes out in like the chef competitions.
Padme Lakshmi.
Padme Lakshmi, yes.
Hell yeah, you guys got it!
Congratulations.
For those of you who failed to answer, here are a few women in Tucson food we would like to mention. If we missed anyone, please give them a shout out in the comment section.
3 Tucson restaurants are celebrating their 10-year anniversaries this month. Panko Restaurante, the central Mexican fine dining experience downtown, is celebrating its 10 years with what they have always excelled in: small batch mezcals, Mexican ingredients celebrated with the abundance of Sonora, and dark little corners to get you in the mood. Flora, the wood-baked Napoli pizza spot featuring artisan and hearty greens, wine, beer, and vinyl, is celebrating their anniversary all month long with a trio of $10 menu items, including the margarita pizza, a vegan marinara pizza, and a bottle of Chianti. Calle Tepa is celebrating its 10-year milestone this March 29th. The fast casual Mexican outpost with a street-style twist restaurant's 10-year celebration will feature drink and food specials all day, gift card and merch giveaways, and a prize wheel for lucky customers who find a random sticker on the bottom of their dish.
And now for There's Nothing Happening in Tucson with special guest Alex, who grew up in Tucson but refuses to acknowledge how great it is.
There's nothing happening in Tucson.
Are you the Teresa lady?
No.
Huh.
So you just want me to talk about stuff happening in Tucson that has to do with food and stuff?
Yeah, give it a go, maybe?
I mean, I know Tucson just made Time Magazine's 50 World's Greatest Places list, and we're technically a UNESCO City of Gastrology. But, you know, there's really nothing happening here in Tucson, right?
Okay.
Well, I know that the 54th annual 4th Avenue Street Fair starts this Friday, Shane. Oh, and on March 29th, the Dutch is partnering with George Wine Shop to create what they're calling an Oceana Spring Dinner. Oh, also, March 29th, Soul Food Wednesday will be holding its largest vendor and food market. Have you been? This one will still be at the MSA Annex, but then it goes on tour at different spaces starting April 26th. Yeah, it's pretty fun. And the food vendors will be great. There's Off the Hook Seafood, No Meat Vegan, Sweet Royalty Grill, King's Creations, Black Vibes, Love in a Cup, Ducky's Pineapple Banana Bread, Ubebe Desserts, Ubebe Desserts, Stash's Juice Joint, and more. Oh, also, the Baja Beer Festival's back in Armory Park on April 1st. Great opportunity to try some of these Arizona best breweries and food from the region's most talented chefs. Oh, and there's High in the Desert.
What's that?
It's a new partnership with Tucson Foodie, Blank Media, and it's like my dream party. It's like 420 and music, food, all the things. Hold on for 1 second.
Alex, you forgot about the other producer of this festival, Tucson Doobie.
Doobies. I love those.
Is that all you got, Alex? There's some other stuff happening. You want me to finish this one? The Agave Heritage Festival is coming up April 27th through 30th. That one's kind of a big deal. There's guided mezcal tastings, dinners, a mez crawl, and more. Also, James Food Award winner Don GUERRA of Tucson's Briarbread is collaborating with Tucson Village Fun, the Farm Fresh fundraiser dinner. Did you hear about this one? It's on the farm's outdoor patio. It's April 29th, and it features Arizona heritage grains. The proceeds from this dinner, Alex, will go towards summer camp programming and the Tucson Village Farms Future Animal Education Center. So, as you can see, there's a lot going on in Tucson.
Totally nothing.
Nothing happening in Tucson, folks.
Thanks, Alex. When Chef Monica Jones is not busy feeding the soul of Tucson in her soul food pop-up Me and Ms. Jones's Kitchen, she's working to house some of the most vulnerable in Arizona in her organization, The Outlaw Project. We spent an afternoon with Chef Jones to talk about soul food, community care, and the power of food. Let's take a look.
So hi, my name is Monica Jones. I'm the executive director of the Outlaw Project, which is a organization surrounding Black, trans, women. And so what we do is housing Black trans women and trans women of color first. I partner with Best Policy Practice. How we came up with the name Outlaw is because of a friend of ours who passed away in 2016, Sharma's Outlaw. We want to honor her and keep the mission statement alive, talking about housing, right? And how Sharma's passed away is because of a lapse in their health care for 2 months because of a gender marker discrepancy, which ended up causing a serious illness that led to their death. I think soul food is a part of healing, right? And cooking is a part of that process, right? Like a chemist. Because my work with activism, it uplifted my cooking, right? And I think so many grassroots organizations use their skills in the kitchen to raise funds for their organization. So I think it's very important, the relationship between soul food and liberation. Those women during the civil rights era who were in the kitchen making those to-go plates for those activism individuals who were on their way to Washington, who were marching down in Selma, who's marching everywhere. And so I think it's very important that we acknowledge the history surrounding soul food and why it's called soul food, because it's that part that we put into the cooking. It's that soul that we give to the food. It's the love, it's the nourishment that we give and the time that we take out of our day to prepare it. So for me, right, my favorite soul food dish is sweet potato pie, right? And it's one of my things that I am known for on Thanksgiving, Christmas. And so I think about like sweet potatoes, it's like this universal dish, that vegetable that goes across many cultures. And I was reading something about like how sweet potatoes are commonly mistaken for yams and are sometimes called yams, because if you go buy candy yams in a can, they're called yams, but they're really sweet potatoes. And I think it's this thing when we always look for similarities in food, right? And so when slaves were brought over to the United States, to the Americas, sweet potatoes look like yams to them, and so they just called them yams. And so I think it's this thing that, like, in Black culture, we say there's two distinct things, but to us, it's the same thing. I just want you to take away the love that I put into it, the women who taught me how to cook that specific type of soul food. I just want people to just feel that joy and feel better and just like have that moment where they were like, oh, that was so good, and feel the love.
I love that story. You guys, do yourself a favor. Don't miss Chef Jones's next pop-up. She will be blessing us with her food at the Outlaw Project's burlesque show and gala called Cabaret Noir, April 15th at the Splinter Collective.
You know what kind of tease is not fun? When someone sends you an article and you click on that link and you can't understand an inside joke because there's a paywall blocking all the joy in your life. Like the other day, I was sitting in my laptop. I've been on Tucson Foodie, giving it dirty looks, reading through an article, searching for burritos. Foodie through a pop-up, intentional interrupt. I hit Command W and moved on to something new. Paywall up! But we don't really need it. Paywall up! Man, I'm just trying to read it. New restaurant opening, secret menu, tell me man, where am I supposed to take my boo if you never let me through? Countdown in my face, gonna burn down the place. Countdown in my face, gonna burn down the place. Paywall up, guess we don't really need it. Paywall up, and I'm just trying to read it.
Paywall up!
Man, the toilets in there, they're top notch. It's like a tropical paradise. It's like Hawaii in there. I said aloha going in, aloha coming out. I give this place a 4 out of 5. I definitely poop here again.
This week in Tucson Foodie.